Hey everybody, how's it going? My name's Adam, and I am the channel owner for RippinRoost. And my whole idea for this channel is to make and upload commentary videos from my dirt biking experience, and to show the crazy adventures we go on. Me and my good friend Nathan here. Um, I should say one of my best friends. And we just get in crazy situations, and just you guys get a lowdown on who I am. I am 20 years old, and I own a WR426F Yamaha Yamaha WR426F, and yeah, I live in Mass. That's about it. The rest of the details I really can't share with you, but it's a lot of fun riding in the woods where we ride. So I'm going to cut to the next point of the video where something interesting happens, because you'll realize one of the problems with an O2 WR426F is that it takes a while to start. So, I'll cut the part where we actually start riding. Okay? See you then. Okay, so here we are, and I'm ready to go riding. I'm looking fucking pumped. My friend's been off the dirt bike for about, maybe about a month now, because he had a really bad crash, where I thought he broke his leg, honestly. We'll go into that story another time, but, here I am watching him struggle to get his bike started and running, get going, because he's on a two-stroke and I am on a four-stroke. And here I'm actually watching what he watched me do for, I would say, about 4 or 5 days, right around that point in time, because I just learned how to ride a dirt bike about 4 or 5 months ago. And it took me about 3 or 4 days after getting my bike all fixed up and ready to, run appropriately like it's supposed to, for me really to be able to get used to the bike and be able to ride it with, with efficiency, or at least moderately decent. I mean, I'm still not great at riding dirt bikes, but it's better than the way I used to be. Now a little low down, I want to make sure that his bike's running okay, and it's not what's it called, the bike is the issue, but what he was saying right there was, I asked him, I said, is the bike not running properly? And he indicated that it was actually his own fault, that he isn't a good rider at the moment. He's trying to dust off the proverbial rust. And it turns out that a friend of mine that worked on his bike adjusted the clutch so that it was really loose. And he's not used to that, so he kept on dropping the clutch and stalling the bike out. So I'm going to cut to the next point in the video where you see us actually riding. Okay, so we're back, and this is our trail we made through the woods using red spray paint on the trees. And it's more of a single track in the hopes of being a race path at some point in time, but realistically I'm not sure that's going to happen because there's so many trees and stuff like that in here. It's kind of dangerous to race through here, but we need to make a path, and we need to spray paint rocks, trees, stuff like that. So here it is. You know, be aware that there are some log crossings, or pretty much down tree crossings. We are liking the respect that there was a fire in the area recently, and we can cut through this area because this is our neighbor's area, and they're fine with it. So here we are, just cutting through, and I already have a little preset trail down. As you can see in the area in which I'm riding, there's kind of an indentation in the underbrush, and so here I am getting through, and I'm going to cut over to the next section where we get over to the main trail. So we're on the main trail now, and basically when we went about 500 feet since the last cut. So I'm waiting for my friend here. He seems to have stalled his bike out, so I kind of screwed him up earlier when I stopped at the beginning of the trail. So here I am waiting for him, making sure I don't lose them, because trust me, in these skinny trails back here, they're all interconnected, and they all go different directions, so you can get lost when you're waiting for your friend pretty easily. And that's not good in the case he ever got hurt, so that's why we always stick together as much as we can. And so yeah, he's coming any second now. Now, here's the thing, I don't like two-strokes. I'm not really a huge fan of two-strokes. They're loud, obnoxious, and they just seem like they're dangerous overall. I mean, personally, that's just my opinion of them. And I mean, I'm sure people are not arguing with me over on YouTube. Here's a nice little uphill to go up. It's a nice little shaded area, and this gets us to a cut in the trail, in which I take a right, which is easier for me. My friend takes a left instinctually, and it ends up being the wrong place to go. I mean, you can get to the location we're trying to get to from right there, but we decided to go over here so it's easier, and we don't want to make a hassle of it. I don't know how else to explain it. So he turns his bike around, and he's following me. There's this little log crossing right here where these two trees are working close together, so I have to go really slow through here. And I'm going to cut to the next point of the video where we go through the pine trees of annoyingness. That is a word, by the way. So here we are going through the pine trees of annoyingness, and you can hear me say this is going to suck because I've hurt myself in this area before, crashing the pine trees. And my camera is getting a good beating in the process here. Thankfully, I have an anti-water case, so the scratching on the lens would be impossible, pretty much, but that little sand mound right there I've gone off in before, and I landed over to the right here. This actually happened just a day ago. This is after the footage happened here, and I almost ate shit over my handlebars. So on a side note, never go fast off a jump that you know there's so much space after. Anyways, but so I'm going to wait for him here, and I'm going to cut over when we get to the main path. So here we are on a little section I like to rip down, and I'm sorry if it's a little bit loud, if you can't hear me very well, but we like to rip down this cell tower road. And as you can tell, we have to slow down. I mean, there's some deep sand sections in here, and there's a huge gravel pit that, trust me, you wouldn't want to go off of. That little gravel pile right there, that would be a bad day for you. But my friend's signaling me right here to move past him, so I accelerate past him. He wants me to lead the pack, so to speak. So here we go, and we take this little side trail I made. So here we are. We're at the main trail, the wonderful, wonderful main trail. Now keep in mind, this area that I'm in is not really a state forest at all. It's conservation lands. And we're not really supposed to be back here riding on bikes, but of course everybody does it, and people have been doing it for years. So we just try not to stick out like a sore thumb, and try to respect people who are in the area as well, such as thankfully not hunters, because hunting here is illegal, but horseback riders, mountain bikers, hikers, and people who live in the area. People who live close by. And I don't want to bother anybody else. So we try to keep it as, quiet, well, not really as quiet, but as, calm as possible in terms of respecting people's wishes, by slowing down when we're passing people and stuff like that. I mean, granted, we could just fly by people if we wanted to, and trust me, it'd be more than possible, but I could do it more than easily. But just trying to be, respectable dirt bikers. Jesus Christ. Pardon my French. And, I'm not sure what I'm doing right here, honestly. I think he was trying to... Yeah, there he is, trying to turn around. Took him forever to turn around. I mean, he has more things in the world to shit on me about as far as dirt biking goes. So, I can push out... I mean, I can give him shit about some stuff, honestly. But, this is one of the few things. I mean, his bike's a 98, mine's an 02, so, I mean, he does have a 4-year difference on me. But here's the point in time we start ripping down the trail. And I mean ripping. Now, there's times here where I just actually get airborne on my bike. Like, I just start going so fast and hit a bump, it just gets unbelievable. Well, I mean, we're really whipping. I like this little view right here, the side view, when I'm leaning over. Should give you a sense of how fast we're going. I mean, we're not going insanely fast, but we're going pretty fast considering the area we're in. There are always people out there who be like, oh, I can go faster than you, well, that's great, Go ahead and wrap yourself around a tree sometime if you want. But, this is as fast as I feel comfortable going, and I'll leave it at that. So this eventually takes us down to what we now have known as the power lines, where all the electrical wires are, and it really is a quite hilly area where there's a lot of steep trails, and So I personally just enjoy the big wide trails where I can open up my throttle and just have fun, whoop around. Because honestly, in the scene trails, as fun as they are, as difficult, as much of a challenge as they are, you get really sweaty really fast because you end up bumping your bike, or crashing, I should say, and then have to pick your bike up. And my bike weighs 250 pounds, and I weigh 210. So I mean, you can only imagine how hard it is for me to get my bike up after a while. I just get really tired and worn out. But here we are down at the power lines in my area. And it's clearing. Somebody roosted the shit out of that ground right there at some point in time. If you guys just saw that right in front of my wheel. And here is all the deep sand, which I'm not really a huge fan of, so I'm going around it. And so here I'm saying to my friend, I'm not sure if it's at this point or later on in the video, I said we should race him. But he's not down for racing, and you'll see why later on in the film, why he made a very good decision not to race. Like, keep in mind, you guys, this is like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon when this video is made, so. As you can tell, there's quite an open area for us to rip down.
Obviously, I understand. I'll fall behind you, okay?
So,
Let's go down to the end and then turn back around.
we're just discussing things randomly, you know, always, me and my friend Nathan here, we kind of a interesting situation when we grew up together. We both lived in the same neighborhood, and I'm 2 years older than him. He's 18, I'm 20. And so I used to go to a public school in my area, and he used to go to a private school about an hour away. And then after a while, neighborhood kids, we played together for a while. When I was like 7, actually when I was like 8 and 6, or maybe like 7 and 9, I don't know. Either way, and he's an asshole right there for roosting me. So we got together, and we've been friends ever since, really. I mean, we've had certain situations in the past where we've had to take time apart, just, pissed off each other for random reasons, but that's really it. I mean, we've been really good friends. We've always helped each other out for the most part, so here we are still riding together. We've been friends for 10 years now, more than that. And so yeah, here we are ripping in the power lines. So you'll see later on the film, and I'll cut this in right now. Oh, I almost get demolished right there. Here's where I almost die. Now here's a funny story about the spot my friend right there is in right about now. One day, we were riding down the power lines, a day just like today, later on in the day, around 4 or 5 o'clock, and what comes flying out of nowhere? A fucking hornet, and it flies right into his chest protector and stings him once in the chest. Now, I'm not sure about you guys, but I am absolutely horrified of seeing insects. I mean, I am beyond petrified. And that was quite a funny experience to witness. I mean, I felt bad for him because he got stung, but it was so goddamn funny. And I'm sure you're laughing at me because of how retarded a situation that is to have happen to you on the trail. Anyways, so here's when we turn around up here. And there's a road that we can't cross legally, so we just turn around, and the power lines continue down all the way down to the end of our area, but we decided to turn around right here like always, and he stalls his bike. Ironic. So I just turn around because I'm bad and I can't do a foot down turnaround because the bike weighs way too fucking much for me to do it. And here he goes, he turns around. Still trying to brush the dust off a little bit. I mean, keep in mind, you guys, there are trails literally everywhere in this woods area. I mean, they're everywhere. On the way back, I'll point out to you a place where there's actually a trail that is considered an advanced trail, and it is known as Gully's Trail, or the way I refer to it with my friend Nathan here is the retarded trail. So the trail I'm referring to is right here to the left. Right over there, and so there's usually puddles all over the place here. That's why you see all the mud. This usually rains a lot, but thanks to my good old friend here, he's getting all the dirt from my face, so I really can't see that well. And I'm going to kick over to the next part. Actually, I take that back. There's one last thing I wanted to mention. There are a lot of hills and a lot of side paths you'll see in the camera view that we can go down, but realistically, I mean, it would be nice and all, but it's just, they're so unbelievably rocky. It's with massive rocks, it's just not even fun to go down. I mean, we could do it, sure, but is it fun to rip down it? No. Is it possible to rip down it? No. So that's why we go down here instead. We just rip down the lines where it's nice and smooth and not rocky as all hell. So when we get here to slow down, I will shut the camera off, or not just the camera off, but I will switch videos, and we'll continue on. But first, we have to show one little small part first. And this is what I have known as the hill that sucks the most in the power lines. I mean, this hill is literally horrible to go up and down. You just gotta make sure you pick a good path, because otherwise your day will be pretty bad. This is all the massive rocks in this trail. I mean, I'm sure you guys can see it right now. It's a lot of big rocks here. I mean, it doesn't look that big in the video, but trust me, they're big. They're quite big. So that's where you cross over, and the rest of the time you just stick to the right-hand side of the path. I mean, I'm sure it doesn't seem that steep in the video, but I mean, after a while... And I shouldn't say it's that steep in general, but like right here, it's kind of annoying. Anyways, but I diverge. Not diverge. I divert, whatever. See you guys in a minute. The word I was looking for is... I just forgot it again. Really? Are you freaking kidding me? This is unbelievable. Digress. That's what it was. I digress. And this is unbelievable how loud this is right now. I'm trying to speak over it. Holy crap. Anyways, but so there's different sections on the power line. There's different difficulties. There's side hills here. Just want to go up to get back to the main area. And you have to be careful with the vodka glass bottles while the teenagers come out here and drink vodka and do stupid shit. And then
you lose the chili back there. So bad.
And me and my friend are just talking right here, and this is what we have right in front of us, known as a pit. The pit is bad, and it means wicked steep. I can show you guys a picture in a different video, but it's just really, really rocky and horrible to go down and horrible to go back up. And then the side chance you get stuck down there, unless you can take the side trail up, which is just as difficult because of how rutted it is. I mean, it's not sandy like the main trail is right here, that you can see right in front of me. But if so you take the other trail up, it's just extremely rutted and horrible, and I mean, it's not like the rut stays the same throughout the whole path up. It's curvy, it's rutted like different angles, and it's really bad at some points in time. So beat this, right? One time I went down the hole and was going to attempt it. So I turn around, and keep in mind, we never see anybody out here usually. I mean, usually it's just us, most of the time. Like, notice about 75% of the time. So so I go down the hole, right? Meanwhile, nobody's behind me at all. I see my friend at the top of the hill with who I think to be EP, or environmental police, right next to him on a red quad. Now, in retrospect, they probably don't use sport ATVs. They probably use what's it called? All utility ATVs. If I believe I'm saying that correctly, utility.
I'm gonna turn around, okay?
Instead of sport ones. I mean, I don't see EP having Raptors, but maybe I'm wrong. And so I see them, and I'm trying to book it out of that trail and onto the side trail, going back up to the top. And of course, as you guys probably expected, being a newbie to dirt biking, I get stuck halfway up the hill, and I decide, well, instead of going all the way back down and trying again, I'll just try to start my bike from where I'm at, holding the handbrake and the front brake, and making up the hill on first gear with all the traction I have, my weight, and my bike's weight. And so that one didn't go well for me. I crashed and wasn't really a fun time, but luckily for me, my friend here who's really good at dirt biking and way better than me, I'm older than it, came and saved the day for me, and like he does in many situations, and I was able to ride my bike out of the hole and out of the rutted path. The things my friend here is I can't even explain, honestly. He's such a good guy. But on a side note, this area right here sucks because it's like all like, it's like whoops, but it's not whoops. It's like really, really shitty bumps. So here, if you, I'll see if I can slow the video down real fast. Now she came through this very carefully. You can see on the side of the trail on the left, it has to go down the hill. It's just a lot of fun to go flying up these paths to the area. So here's what we have known as the three-way split. Simply because from the other direction, it looks like a three-way split. One goes straight, one goes left to a meadow, and one goes right to another path that's more the main trail. Continuation, more or less. So here's some ruts. What I was saying right there was that I said that, it smells like gasoline and oil. I wonder why. Oh wait, it's a two-stroke. Pretty soon, you guys, I'm gonna get a mic in my headset and my helmet, but it's at the moment not really in the budget. And yeah, so anyways, but I am right on the path here and follow my friend to this area where we have known as the hut. And the hut is in a very secretive area, and anybody who sees this video, who's been in this area before, will know exactly where we are and how to traverse to such area. So I will pick you guys up back when. Actually, you know what? I'll keep you guys around. I'll be nice. I'll show you guys the area in which we go to for our nice, peaceful, alone time. I mean, look at you guys. There are trails everywhere, hundreds and hundreds of trails. I swear, and they are not very easy trails either. This is how hilly the area is. The area goes from sea level to about 250 feet above sea level. So it's very, very hilly. And it drastically changes very often. Now we're almost at the hut right here, so I haven't been here yet on my dirt bike, but I've been walking there in Boy Scouts. I can say Boy Scout, side note. And so here you guys get a little treat as to where this area is. Now, a little log crossing here. It goes well. This is how small the log is, but I mean, it could be way worse. I've run into logs that are way worse than that. Trust me, it gets bad. It gets real bad. I'm no professional log crosser like Tom from Zack Attack's videos, and speaking of which, I hope Zack Attack sees my videos someday and appreciates them, what they're worth. I mean, he really was the one that inspired me to start making dirt biking videos. I really enjoyed watching his videos more than anything I do on YouTube. I'm pretty sure he has the best channel on YouTube. And, well, I would say him and EnduroKEX. EnduroKEX is a really good channel as well. But I would say mainly Zack Attack because of the way in which he commentates his videos. I'm pretty sure he was one of the first people to do that. I mean, you see moto vloggers on street bikes, but that's a different story. It's not the same as being on a dirt bike. My father rode street bikes for like 30 years, and he can attest to the fact that dirt biking is way more fun than street bikes. I'm sure people argue that to death with me, but that's just his opinion, and I really have no interest in the street bike, honestly, because of the fact that how dangerous they are. These people on the street are just idiots. But that is the self-proclaimed hut right there, and you can see somebody who's trying to fry glass in the frying pan. Somebody doesn't know what the hell they're supposed to be doing. But anyways, so I'm gonna cut it off right here. Me and him just chit chat for a while, and you can't really see the view. You can see the ocean from where I'm at, the Atlantic Ocean, but unfortunately the video cuts it off because of how bright it is outside. Anyways, well, I'll catch you guys in the next episode, or next section.